In this chapter you will find out how to work with the network mode in Logo Soft Comfort V8 and how inserted components are configured in the software. This is done on the basis of an accompanying example that builds as you progress. For this chapter, we are using an example for illustration purposes. Let's assume that you want to network 2 floors in a house with regard to the stair and stairwell lighting, and that each floor is already controlled by a logo. The logo devices on each floor are to be connected by an Ethernet. If the stair light switch on one floor is actuated, the lighting on the stairs and on the other floor, hall or landing, is switched on. In the following learning steps, you will first obtain information on the essential features of the network mode. The same sample program will again be used for illustration purposes. Since version 8 of Logo Soft Comfort, you have 2 different views. On the one hand, the familiar diagram mode on the left of the diagram, and the new network mode shown on the right. Each of these modes has its specific advantages. In this chapter, we will always assume the network mode is being used. Move the mouse over the 2 graphics to find out more about the specific advantages of each mode. The network mode has been available since the launch of Logo Soft Comfort V8. Based on our example, we now want to integrate a Logo 8 basic unit into the network. You access the network mode by clicking on the Network Project tab below the toolbar. This is on the right next to the Diagram Mode tab. In comparison with the Diagram Mode, there are areas here for the Network Project Tree and Network View. In the next step, click on the Add New Device button. A new window opens. A selection of usable devices is shown on the left. Logo 8 is the default selection. Under the Configuration option, assign a name to the device. The network configuration is automatically assigned, but may be changed if necessary. Click on the OK button to close the Add New Device window. In the result, you can see the newly added device in the network view. In addition, the programming area of the device is opened. After a Logo 8 device has been added, another device is now to be integrated and prepared for the program processing. Add a Logo 8 device in exactly the same way as shown in the previous learning step. In accordance with the example, this should be given the name First Floor. The second device appears in the network view. Here too, the network is automatically configured. The associated program appears in the diagram editor below this. These 2 devices are to be linked together. For this, it is advisable to arrange the program areas in such a way that the devices can be connected simply by drag and drop. To do this, click on the button Split Window. Then, drag the program of the second logo and drop it into the window on the right. Incidentally, you can have as many as 16 programs open simultaneously, but cannot split them into more than 3 program windows. You can drag and drop the programs as required within each window and between the windows. In the network mode, you configure each added logo device individually. Click on the cogwheel icon of the corresponding logo device in the network view. This opens the Settings window. Here you can edit the name and the network configuration, as well as the message text settings, for example. Save your settings by clicking the OK button. We'll start with the connection between the 2 Logo 8 devices that are located in the network. This is done on the basis of the initial example. Have another look at the features that the project program is to have. Start the tutorial by clicking on the playback button. Assuming the preceding learning steps have been made, you will be in the network mode and already have added 2 Logo 8 basic units to the network. In addition, you have split the diagram editor into 2 windows and moved Program 2 into the right-hand window. The programs for controlling the stair lighting have already been inserted in the diagram editor of both Logo devices. Program 1 on the left is regarded as the main program. The second program on the right functions in connection with the main program. In the first step, assign names for the connections in both programs. Both programs have 2 digital inputs. The upper switch controls the hall light and the lower switch the stair light. In both programs, the hall light switch is connected to an OR function block. If necessary, this permits multiple switches to be used for switching on the light. In the program on the left, the stair light switch is additionally connected to the OR function block. Behind all OR function blocks, there is the stair light switch function block. This controls the lighting period. Finally, you will find 2 outputs for light in the left-hand program. The upper output controls the hall light and the lower output the stair light. The right-hand program only has the hall light because the staircase light is connected to the logo on the ground floor. The function blocks must now be configured. Click on Next to continue. First of all, the inputs are to be defined as push-button switches. To do this, open the Properties window of one input by double-clicking on it. In the Properties window, switch to the Simulation tab and select Momentary Push Button in brackets Make. Then, close the window by clicking OK. Repeat this process for all switches in both programs. Now set the lighting period of the staircase light. Do this by opening the Properties window of the stair light switch. Make certain that you are on the Parameter tab in the Properties window. Here you can define the delay before the light switch is off. In the example, this is 1 minute. Then close the window by clicking OK. This completes the program of the first logo. Now we establish a link between both programs and between both logo devices. When someone goes upstairs, the landing light should be switched on in addition to the stair light. In the first step, therefore, connect the stair light switch on the ground floor with an open input of the OR function block on the first floor. The program on the left receives a network output and the program on the right a network input. Now, when you switch the stair light on from the ground floor, the landing light on the first floor is also switched on. Both function blocks are green to show a link has been established. Moreover, you can see from the network view that the logo devices are connected to one another. In the next step, drag a connection from the stair light switch on the first floor to an open input of the OR function block on the ground floor for the hall light. In the final step, connect the stair light switch on the first floor to an open input of the OR function block on the ground floor for the stair light. The program is now finished and the network connection between the 2 logo devices has been established. If necessary, download the complete program.